Good morning, children. Welcome to our English class. And today we are going to look into the recap of our previous class and also the glossary from the previous class. Okay, children. And I hope you all are doing safe and then of course, getting ready to the reopening of the school. It's been in the news so much lately that schools are going to reopen on the 2nd of November. So get ready with all your books, notebooks, and whatever information is given to you all through these days via the video calls, and obviously you have to be very careful, like taking all the precautions that are needed, and also get everything ready, which means not just your books physically and you physical appearance, but it's also the very important that you have all the information in your brains. Okay. So that we will know that you have learned everything that is taught to you through these video classes, and you're ready to continue from here. It's not like we have to start all over again at square one. It means that you have to be ready to continue from where we left off from the video classes. Hopefully, if the school start, we will get to see each other and then make our classes and everything much more clearer than on video classes. Now, so let's see the glossary. See the first one here, children. Wit. Usually when we are talking about a person, or when we are in a conversation with somebody, we just use the word witty. Means when we say that person is he's so witty. When I use the sentence saying that he's so witty, which means like he's very fun to be with, like he always makes fun and he's always cracking jokes upon, and then it's very nice to be with people around who always makes jokes and make us laugh, right? So that is wittiness. And the meaning, if you see here, the ability to say amusing and clever things. If they are both amusing at the same time, they're clever. Okay. So randomly some people crack jokes. Even for example, if you see I know you all watch TVs a lot, and in TVs and all, few anchors, they don't have a written script. They randomly tend to crack jokes upon whoever is in the show. So that is also called wittiness. And the second one is jester. Jester is a man who tells jokes and funny stories. Now, who is a jester in this lesson? Tenali Raman was a jester in the court of King Krishnadevaraya, the king of Vijayanagara, right? So jester, he is the person who tells jokes and funny stories. So when the king is bored, or he wants to make the court of the courtiers more pleasant, Tenali Raman is used to telling jokes and then certain stories that can entertain everybody in the kingdom or in the king's court. Now, gesture. Now here, look children, here, gesture. It is called gesture. Now, it is signals with hand. So nothing but gestures, hand gestures, physical gestures, whatever it is, eye gestures. Sometimes we talk with our eyes, which means it's not like literally talking, but we make certain movements with the eyes, and which everybody understands with each other, right? And hand gestures are signaling, say making some signals, like see, we don't have to use words, we don't have to use our mouth to say certain things to children. See, when little children are making noise, mother puts her finger on her lips, which means she's asking them to keep quiet, right? Even teachers, they'll point out they'll put their index finger on their lips, and which means we have to keep quiet in the classrooms. So those are also hand gestures. Now, where did we encounter this word gesture in the poem? Sorry, in the lesson, when Tenali Raman brought his painting into the courtroom of the king, and there were two men who were carrying that, and he made a hand gesture to lift up the cloth on top of it, because it is covered with a cloth on top of it. He made a hand gesture to those guards so that they lifted up the cloth which is covering the painting, so that the painting is visible to everyone. Okay, and the next one, the fourth meaning is stallion. I also told you this one when we were talking, during the class. And stallion is an adult male horse. A male horse is called a stallion. Okay, now, and the female one is called a mare. Okay, M-A-R-E. So stallion is a male horse. Now today, apart from glossary, we are going to look into discuss the question and answers, and also the first part of the vocabulary. So because in the second Roman number of the vocabulary part, excuse me children, we have phrasal verbs. I want to give you in detail with the topic of phrasal verbs, because phrasal verbs you have them in 8th standard as well. In 8th standard, in every exam we have phrasal verbs for at least for 5 marks. So I want you to give them in detail, and also make sure that you learn prepositions, because you have to know what are prepositions and what are verbs and how they link up together to make phrasal verbs. So that is quite important. So in the meantime, before we get into our next class, which will be on Saturday, I want you to look up what are prepositions. You have been learning from your 6th standard, I guess. So you should know what is a preposition and where does it occur and where do we use them and in which combination do we use them. So you make your own research on top of them, and I will give you in detail in our next class. Okay children? And for now we'll look into these question and answers. We'll discuss them. I'm not going to give you the answers. And then we will look into these blanks which are part of the vocabulary and the Roman number 1. So let's look into the question and answers first and discuss. Okay. Now let's see the first question. Why did Tenali Raman look displeased? Displeased. Okay, why was he displeased? Where did this scene come in the story? Where there was a painter who came into the king's court and showed his beautiful paintings, and King Krishnadevaraya was so impressed by his paintings, and he offered a job for that artist in the king's court. And immediately Tenali Raman rose up and he said, they are not so beautiful paintings. So he pointed out that they are not beautiful paintings, and so he said, and that is how the conversation developed, right? What happened then? The king was not pleased with Tenali Raman's answer, and he said like, okay, if you paint, I'm going to give you a bag of gold. So there was a quick discussion about all these things in the lesson. So why did Tenali Raman look displeased? Tenali Raman was looked displeased because he did not like the paintings of the painter and artist, and also because he could not find something interesting in the painting. Now here say Tenali says, he gave 2 reasons. For one thing, where is the other side of these 2 men? In the painting he can only see one side and he wanted to see the other side. Such a silly reason he gave, right? You can only see their one side. For another, so this is the second reason he is giving, where is the face of that cow? So due to these 2 silly reasons, Tenali Raman was displeased by the painting of this artist. Okay, that is how you have to write the answer. Now let's look into the second question. How did the king reward the artist? What would you have done if you had been in the king's place? So how did the king reward the artist? So reward means giving a present, appreciation, giving him a prize for the good thing he has done. So wow. So what did the king give to the artist? He gave a bag of gold and also offered him a job, right? So let's see in the textbook. Now what did the king say? That is a really beautiful painting. I can almost feel the peace of the village scene. You are very talented artist. Now this is not is what important for us. What he did after liking is what is important in this question. Now here is a bag of gold for you. We shall be very pleased if you can stay at our court and make more beautiful paintings like this. So here the king gave him a bag of gold and also offered him a job so that he can stay in his court and make more beautiful paintings like these. So the king offered him a bag of gold and also a job in his kingdom. Understood, children? So next question. Why did the king call Tenali Raman an ignorant fool? So why did the king call him an ignorant fool? Because everybody in the court liked the paintings except Tenali Raman. So he says, you are such a fool that you don't even know there is such beauty in that painting. And the ignorance means what? Not lacking any knowledge. If there is no knowledge, then he is ignorant. Now, why did the king call him ignorant? Because, see, what an ignorant fool you are. Why did he say that? Because Tenali Raman is asking such a stupid thing. He asked to see the other side of the people. In a painting, how can one see the other side? If this is a painting of a cow sitting, showing the back to us, so he wanted to see the face of that cow. So how can anybody show the other sides of the painting? So that is why the king called him an ignorant fool. Okay. Now let's see the next question. What do you think is the reason for the courtiers giggling? So what do you think the reason is? The courtiers started giggling because Tenali Raman argued with the king on a matter that he cannot be successful. If Tenali Raman was a painter by himself and if he had argued, then there would be meaning. But all his courtiers were very happy because Tenali Raman is caught all by himself. So they are so giggling so that he will be sent out of the court, or like when we have friends, not friends, like classmates that we do not like. We are not friendly with everybody in the class, no? I'm just telling this an example, children. So if we have somebody in the class that we do not like, when teacher scolds them or gives them a punishment, then you certainly will feel happy inside, right? Which is a very bad thing, of course, but that is human nature. That is how most of us react. So in the same way, all the courtiers of Krishnadevaraya doesn't like Tenali Raman. They think he is very proud. So when Tenali Raman was trying to dig a hole for himself, because he is not a painter, but he is challenging that he can paint, and he wanted to paint and show the king off in a month's time. So the king was okay with it, but the courtiers were giggling about it. They are pretty sure, okay, Tenali Raman has made a mistake, and they are very happy. So they started giggling that he will lose. Now the fifth one. What was the bet between the king and Tenali Raman? What was it, children? What did Tenali Raman bet with the king? There was a bet that the king asked Tenali Raman to paint. Paint something that could be more beautiful. But the king offered him. Tenali Raman said, I will paint something much better than this. But the king said, you don't have to do better than this. You can do at least half of what it is. So half of what it is, then the king would have been so impressed. So they made a bet and gave 1 month time to the Tenali Raman to make that painting and bring it to the court. Next question, children. If you were Tenali Raman, would you accept the bet? Wow, so this is your own opinion. What would you do if you were in Tenali Raman's place? Will you accept a bet? If you are as clever as him, if you are as witty as him, then maybe. For me, I wouldn't challenge a king. I mean, if I was in Tenali Raman's place, I would not challenge a king because the king's words are final. Like, he is the topmost authority. So, to me personally, I would not challenge a king. Maybe I would have appreciated the painting the painter has brought. Okay, children? So, next one. How did Tenali Raman win the bet? How did Tenali Raman win the bet? Tenali Raman won the bet by bringing a painting with only a tail of a horse on top of it. And then he said that the king has to use his imagination. So he used his wittiness, his cleverness. And he used the same words of the king, saying that we have to have imagination to see the painting. So he only drew only a few strikes on the the paint board or whatever the chart it is, and then he drew only tail of a horse, and he said, imagine that that horse is on other side of the wall grazing beautiful green grass, right? So the king thought it was very funny, and he immediately gave him a, what did he give him? He gave him a bag of gold and also a title, right? So, could you predict that Tenali Raman would win the bag of gold? So, this is also a personal opinion. We have to write our personal opinion after reading what we reading the lesson. So, could you think, because if you heard of Tenali Raman and what he is famous for, what his strengths are, and if you heard that he never painted before in his life, would you think he would win? I would not think he would win. But because of his cleverness, there is a fair chance. Even the king had a trust in him that he might do something to win over it. So there is a fair chance that he could do something to impress the kings, even though he is not a professional artist. Next one. If you were Tenali Raman, what would you do? So this is your personal opinion, children. You have to tell what you would do if you were Tenali Raman. Instead of, because everybody is not an artist, not everybody can paint that well. So if you were in Tenali Raman's place, what would you do? You have to write in your own words. Next, can you suggest a different ending to the play? Discuss it in your group. So now that we do not have friends in the class to discuss as a group, just write your own opinion. Can you suggest a different ending? See, what if Tenali Raman did not paint and bring? What would happen to that? Let's see, what if there is no, because he is only asking about the ending, we can think about different possibilities. He did not say that we have to change the whole story. Because if they ask us to change a whole story, me personally, what I would do is, I would say, okay, maybe Tenali did not raise anything. Like when the painter was showing the paints and the king offered a job, nobody would stand up and say, oh, they are not so good as you say. So now here if you say you were if you were Tenali Raman, what would you do? And the 10th question, right? Can you suggest a different ending? So what happened in the end? Tenali Raman was appreciated. He was given a bag of gold and a title. So if you think that if the king becomes very angry, for example, if the king becomes angry to what Tenali Raman has brought, then the answer would be different, no? There would be a different ending to the story. The king might have prisoned him. So we can think in a different ways and different possibilities that how this story might have turned. See, if there is a movie and you do not like certain areas of that movie, you definitely know to suggest, right? For your own understanding, I am telling it in Telugu. మీరు ఏదైనా మూవీ చూస్తారు. సో అక్కడ అంత బాగుంది కానీ సెకండ్ హాఫ్ బాగాలేదురా, క్లైమాక్స్ బాగాలేదురా, ఇలాంటివన్నీ యూ విల్ సజెస్ట్ సో మెనీ థింగ్స్ నో. అక్కడ ఇలా చేసి ఉంటే బాగుండేది అని మీరు సజెస్ట్ చేస్తారు కదా. ఇన్ ద సేమ్ వే ఈ స్టోరీ ఇలా కాకుండా ఇంకోలా ఎండ్ ఎలా అయితే బాగుంటుంది. వాట్ డిడ్ ద కింగ్ డూ? కింగ్ వాజ్ ఓకే, హీ ఫెల్ట్ ఫనీ, he saw that Tenali Raman was making his point and he felt it funny. So he felt it funny and he praised his cleverness. But what if it is another king? వేరే కింగ్ ఉంటే అతని ప్లేస్లో ఏం చేసి ఉండొచ్చు? మేబీ ఇది ఫన్నీ ఏం కాదు, ఇంత టైం తీసుకుని ఇలా చేసుకొచ్చామని యాంగ్రీగా ఫీల్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు. సో దేర్ ఆర్ టూ డిఫరెంట్ పాసిబిలిటీస్ ఆఫ్ అ పర్సన్స్ రియాక్షన్. So it is you can think of another possibility and write it down in your own words. Okay children, now let's jump into this vocabulary part and we'll finish it off here for today children. So fill in the blanks with suitable words given below. Now look at the first one and let's look at the words given here. First one is covered, imagination, jester, pleased, penalty. Penalty means nothing but fine. Now let's see which word suits better in these blanks here. The first one, Birbal was a dash in the court of Akbar. Birbal was the minister, right? And the king was Akbar. Akbar the king, great. So Birbal was a dash in the court of Akbar. Same like Krishnadevaraya's court, how Tenali was a jester and Birbal was also the jester of that court. Okay, so we will go ahead and write. Use only pencils in your textbook children, never use pen. Jester. Next one, the teacher was dash with the nice work done by his pupils. So the teacher was dash with the nice work. What can be suitable here? This is done. Covered, the teacher was covered with the nice work. No. The teacher was imagination. No. The teacher was pleased. Exactly. Pleased means just being pleased means nothing but liking. So the teacher was pleased with the nice work done by his pupils. Next one, Sharada paid a dash for not paying the fees on time. So when we do not pay the fees on time, what we do? We pay with fine, right? So penalty means nothing but fine. Sharda paid a penalty for not paying the fees on time. Next one, when I visited Kashmir, the mountains were dashed with snow. When there is a lot of snowfall, what happens? The mountains were covered with snow. Covered with snow. Next one, fifth one, you should use your dash when you look at the painting. What we should use? We should use our imagination. Imagination when you look at a painting to understand the beauty of the artist, what he has written and everything. Okay children, so that is it for today, and in our next class I will teach you about phrasal verbs. And in the meantime, let's see the definition here. A phrasal verb is a phrase which consists of a verb and a preposition or an adverb or both. So I want you to see what is a verb, what is a preposition and an adverb. So just be ready for our next class with that information. And then once I tell you what is a preposition, just a short few sentences about what's a preposition and then how phrasal verbs are formed along with them, and then we'll do this exercise together on Saturday. Okay children, so for today this is our class, and I hope you will finish writing these question and answers and this blanks as well along with glossary in your notebooks. And that is it for today. So hope you understood everything that we have done. In our next class I will be doing it in the school so that it will be much more comfortable for me to teach with a blackboard facility, and also make sure that you have lots of examples, because grammar part we need lots of examples to get into our brains. So we'll do that in our next class, and get ready with all your notebooks ready, children. Whether or not you use your new notebooks or whatever, I don't know, I think you have already been using certain separate books for every class and every subject. So make sure you have everything appropriate. If at all school starts, that will be much more interesting for all of us to be in the schools. And be safe, children, and do everything whatever doing to keep yourself healthy. Okay, children, thank you then. Bye bye.